All right, I may just stay off.
Good morning. Well, good day, everyone, and welcome to this exciting webinar where we're talking about the integration between Axxess and CareAcademy. Truly appreciate all of you who are joining us at this time. I know Perry and myself and the whole team are really excited. We've been working on ensuring that we can bring together these great solutions to not only Axxess clients, but anyone who's truly seeking to pair together some of the best solutions when it comes to um, care delivery and the necessary education that goes along with that. So if we go to the next slide, you'll see that during this presentation, one of the things that we just wanted to briefly highlight is the background as to why, what our why is, I guess is the best way of describing that. So Axxess vision is to be the most successful global healthcare technology and most admired for its people, partnerships, and solutions. And we're definitely excited to be in partnership with CareAcademy. And we see this relationship amongst so many others as a way for us to fulfill our mission of empowering healthcare organizations and professionals with the world's best technology solutions. And we look forward to your feedback and hope you'll agree with us that the work that CareAcademy does is truly world transforming. So for those who might not know about Axxess, and some of you who might, this may serve as a reminder, but when we talk about solutions and delivering the best technology solutions, what we have is a platform. Some of you may be familiar with our electronic health records, the home health, home care, hospice, and palliative care solutions, or you may be familiar with the fact that they're mobile, or maybe it's our revenue cycle management, which is the RCM, or our business intelligence. We also have staffing and scheduling, a user community, and patient engagement. So this particular presentation falls into one of our interoperability partners, and it also falls under Axxess certification, which you'll see near the bottom right-hand corner. And we'll be talking a little bit about our Axxess certification program. But in all of this, what you see is the opportunity to truly leverage all of these different solutions and services together to improve the delivery of care, particularly in the home, but really anywhere. So just wanted to show you a little bit of that. As part of the background, we know we don't need to tell you about some of the challenges in healthcare. If we had solved it, we would have moved on, correct? So just pulling from some of the most recent Bureau of Labor Statistics numbers, and the numbers are really just putting something quantitative to what I'm sure all of us deal with on an ongoing basis, is the challenge of the healthcare workforce. So even before COVID, we know that there's the silver tsunami, which references the aging of not just the United States, but worldwide, with estimates of a quarter of the population, or 1/5 of the worldwide population, really being over the age of 60. With all that wisdom also comes some healthcare challenges. And we know in 2020, with the worldwide COVID pandemic, which we still see some elements of that, that there was the impact leading to the healthcare industry losing about 500,000 employees. Some of that was unfortunately due to deaths from COVID, just the pressure put on healthcare providers in different settings, particularly in the acute care settings, but also in a number of other settings. Natural attrition, average age of clinicians happened to be on the high side in the high 30s, low 40s, or even in 50s in some of the different professions. But we know that even if due to the pandemic accelerating the attrition of healthcare workers, that even those that remain at this point in time, that about a third of them are really thinking about quitting their jobs. If we look at the flip side of that, which is the opportunity for growth, or should we say, highlighting the need, is the fact that we do need additional healthcare workers. So there are opportunities there, and we know that a number of institutions have stepped into that gap, but it won't be enough when we start talking about growth of 16% from 2020 to 2030, or needing 2.6 million new jobs by 2030, again, because of the aging population. And on our next slide, part of the stats that we see there are that a lot of these occupations are in the area of medical assistants, home health aides, nursing assistants, really caregivers who can really help carry some of that burden. At the end of the day, you still need someone at the bedside with patients. So we know that even if we have everyone practicing to the top of their license, there's still a need for additional healthcare personnel. And after we work on recruiting all of these healthcare personnel, we're going to have to train them, so orient them, onboard them as part of that process, and then we need to work on retaining them. And so as part of retaining them, we know that training and education is a key part of that, with educational benefits and career training opportunities through research has been shown to increase retention from anywhere from 20 to 40% of those enrolled in education programs. And then organizations that might not be able to offer direct training and educational benefits, at least the willingness to invest in employees, either through loan repayment programs and education and lifestyle balance, really being able to foster company loyalty and improving retention there as well. So I think we know what the problem is, we know what the opportunity is, and we know some of the things that we can do. And I'm sure that some of those, either on this webinar or who may be listening later, are implementing a number of these measures. And so part of what we wanted to show you is the opportunity with CareAcademy and through the Axxess training and certification program to leverage resources that are already available. You don't have to build it from scratch, is what we're trying to say. So even before some of these results had come out, Axxess was aware of this, and Axxess has a long history of really providing training and professional development in the care at home industry. The Axxess certification program was really a natural culmination of all the training that's been happening. And so real briefly, our certification program is role-focused learning. It adds the components of regulatory rationale so that it's not just a matter of we need you to do this, this, and this. It's providing the regulatory and industry underpinnings, and then really looking at what are some of the professional development that needs to be used to supplement that for workforce professionals. Um, so Axxess has a complete workforce training and development solution for workforce development. And you can see highlighted here some of the key benefits. We know that partnering is really an important piece of all of this. And that's part of why a partner like CareAcademy has been selected, because of their expertise in really helping ensuring that a number of these bullets are also met, which is developing content for competent and compliant staff, and really enhancing staff professional development and career advancement. We won't be able to touch on everything that we're both doing in this webinar, but we look forward throughout 2023 and beyond to really share how to leverage some of the excellent resources that we've developed and continue to develop to support care at home organizations with meeting all the challenges they're facing around workforce development. So having said that, I think just to give some perspective, we have we're fast approaching, I think we've even exceeded 25,000 total users on the Axxess training and certification platform. Those numbers continue to grow daily, as you can see on the left-hand side. And we do have, as I mentioned earlier, we have training and certification for home health, hospice, home care, our staffing and scheduling solution with Axxess Care, and we have organizations that have multiple products. So that just gives you sort of a quick summary on our Axxess training and certification program. And on the next slide, before I turn it over to Perry, part of the reason why Axxess has done this is we've always realized, and this survey from 2022 with Matrix Care and Home Healthcare News just showed that one of the primary things that providers want from their EHR vendor is really, in addition to customer support, excellent customer support, but that ongoing training and education. So the fact that providers are supported in continuing to deliver the best care possible with training and education. So we wanted to share that, to say that we might think we understand everything that's required, but the industry also recognizes this as well. So we encourage you to also look to your EHR vendor if it does not Axxess, and if you want to receive that from Axxess as well, don't hesitate to reach out. And at this time, I think on the next slide, I'll turn it over to Perry so that she can share some about CareAcademy and part of what excites us with partnering with them.
Thanks, Dr. Andrew. And welcome everyone to the webinar. We're very excited to show you the integration later on. But if you're not familiar with CareAcademy, I'd love to share a little bit about us and how you can really leverage this integration with Axxess going forward. So CareAcademy, we're the leading e-learning platform for home care and home health agencies. Our platform really excels in giving administrators a very quick oversight into how caregivers are performing in their training journey. You might know that CareAcademy is present in all 50 states and Canada. We provide compliant training and certification for both initial training as well as annual training. We also have several career pathways, which we'll touch on later on, that really helps caregivers and other care staff think about what does it mean to have a fulfilling long career in the care industry. Part of our platform also has advanced compliance automation. And what that really means is that admins of agencies don't have to figure out what curriculum is necessary to make sure that they're compliant. We do that work for you. So if you're an agency based out of, let's say, Massachusetts, as soon as you sign up for CareAcademy, your CareAcademy account will be built with a compliant curriculum for that state. And that training will be dispersed to your care staff so that they are able to take the right training at the right time to ensure they are on track to meet all compliance regulations based on your state. Admins also have the ability to export all training records. So your caregiver or your care staff will receive certifications, which you can export. You can also export, completions by caregiver. You can export non-completions by care staff as well. So we give you a lot of room to play around with our reporting filters so that you're able to see the data however you want to see it and whatever works best for you. This is also really helpful in audit situations when you need to pull this kind of information. We make it very easy for you to have it all in one place. We also have integrations with leading home care agency management software like Axxess, and we'll go through the integration today and show you all the use cases for that. And one of the newer initiatives that we've launched in the last 2 years is an actual college credit program from CareAcademy that you can apply to our university partner at Southern New Hampshire University. And so what this career pathway looks like is agencies that sign up with CareAcademy, the care staff that's already taking the mandated training to meet their job requirements, those courses can then be applied towards college credits at our partner university, Southern New Hampshire. So, you're doing like your job duties. However, you can also apply that to a nice college degree program if you so desire. Our classes have really high completion rates, above 90% from the care staff, and that's because they are mobile friendly and highly engaging courses. We have very rich video content, and the courses are gamified. So you do quizzes, you play games throughout the course, and that really helps ensure that the care staff is enjoying the learning journey and feels fulfilled while completing it. So I mentioned this in the last slide, but the Career Path Initiative is really our college credit program. And what we've done, and we are continuing to expand our partners, our university partners, but we have partnered with Southern New Hampshire University to open these new pathways for healthcare careers. So care staff that's already taking CareAcademy training, if the agency administrators and owners are interested in this program, we'll help you set it up from the CareAcademy side. And what it really means is that your care staff will take their mandated, let's say, 20 to 50 hours of training. And those courses can then be applied to a college credit at Southern New Hampshire University. So it's a very neat program. We already have some customers that are utilizing this. And some of the customers are down here below. Best of Care, Comfort Keepers, and Visiting Nurse Service in New York, just to name a few. And more about the Career Path Initiative and what this was born out of. So Dr. Andrew did a great job touching on this earlier about the need for more healthcare workers in this field. And the recent PHI study has shown that it's actually 7.4 million care workers that we will need by 2029 to meet the growing need for care workers in home care. We recognize that as, we've watched care staff of our agencies indicate that they wanted a more fulfilling long career that they can sustain. And we really see the path to a sustainable career in healthcare through our college career program. So I think it's a great tie-in for us, and it's a great way for care staff to be able to do their job and not have to take additional courses on top of that to meet, like the demanding college credit courses. So that's why we established the Career Path Initiative. And I think I'm going to pass it over back to you, Dr. Andrew.
Thank you, Perry. And I know, just hearing about the opportunity to leverage what CareAcademy has in regards to having caregivers translate their education into college credit is truly exciting. We'd love to show you for existing Axxess training and certification users how easy it is for existing users to be able to sign up for the CareAcademy integration. And if you give me a brief minute here as I just switch over to our demo site. Great. What you should be seeing is for existing Axxess showing up here. And then because we have a gamification component, we know that learning truly is fun. There's badges that are available and that can be earned, and those display here. And then this section here is for additional resources. Right below that are a number of the different courses and certifications that are available. And so we'll scroll past the home health and Axxess Care. There's one right here for CareAcademy. And so this course card, when we click
Dr. Andrew,
on
real quickly, your screen's not showing up for everybody. If you want to try sharing it again, I'm sorry.
oh, it's not. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that. Let me share my screen again. Can you see my screen now? Is my screen showing currently?
Yes, it is now.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much for letting me know. Well, you heard about all the wonderful things on the screen, so now let me show you what it really looks like. So if you don't have our current Axxess training and certification solution, when you first log in, you'll see the menu options right up here. And the most current information that we have will show up right here. I'd mentioned the Agile Conference, April 17th through 19th here in Dallas. There's the opportunity to register for that. We also have the badges and then the resources that I mentioned. And then down right below all of that is actually the course content. And this happens to be the home health track in terms of certification. And then the Axxess Care certification. And you'll notice on the home health track, we had clinical, financial, and operational, both at the fundamental, intermediate, and we also have advanced content there, just like you can see here with the Axxess Care. If we scroll on down to CareAcademy, there's the course card for CareAcademy. So for usually it's an administrator, when they click, that would see that card. When they click on that card, it would then open up and there's the option to sign up or to log in. If you already have an existing, if you've already activated a subscription or your subscription to CareAcademy. When you click on sign up, we wanted to make it really easy. Once you click on enroll here, because we have most of the information required, all the administrator needs to complete is a phone number. And so if they put in their phone number, the company name would show up, and they just need to enter in their state. So we're going to put in Texas in this instance. So our phone number and Texas. And once we click submit, because this demo set, I'm not going to click submit, but once they put in those two pieces of information and click submit, that will get transmitted over to CareAcademy. They will activate the account, and once the account is activated, the next time you come in, and everyone within your organization, it will be activated for them. When they see this card and they click on CareAcademy, they would be able to click login, and that would take them straight to the CareAcademy dashboard. So let's show you what the administrator dashboard will look like before we show you what the caregiver dashboard would look like. On the caregiver side, as an administrator, or whoever you designate as an administrator, would see this particular dashboard. And I will turn it over to Perry so that she can walk you through the dashboard and all the functionality that's available, well, at least some of the functionality that's available as an administrator.
Thanks, Dr. Andrew. So as Dr. Andrew mentioned, this is the administrator view of CareAcademy. So as an admin, an owner, operator, you're coming in here to really manage your care staff and their training. So at a first glance, you'll see all of your caregivers listed in one place. You'll see the status of their trainings as indicated by that blue bar. So you'll see the progression, whether they haven't started the training or if they've started like 50%. If the training is complete, it will actually show a green completed bar. If the training is past due, it will actually show a red bar to indicate something is off or they have not completed the training. There's a variety of bulk actions that you can also perform here. So you can message all of your caregivers at one time if you want to send a reminder, although CareAcademy does send automated reminders to your care staff on behalf of you to remind them to do training. You can add additional training if you so desire, even though your dashboard will be loaded with a compliant state curriculum. You can always add, additional courses if you feel you want your care staff to take that. Or in many cases, your care staff might even ask you for additional training to brush up on skills, and you can do that through that button. We have a grouping button, which helps you group the caregivers based on the type of job role. So you can have a nursing group, like a speech therapy group, just a care staff group as well. So you can group it however so you desire. That will also help you assign like the right curriculum to them or additional curriculum to them. You can also deactivate and delete caregivers if you have anyone that is leaving your agency. On top, on the blue buttons where you see print reports, that is really the data function that I had mentioned at the beginning of the webinar, where you can export certificates, you can export reports of completion or non-completion for your entire agency, or even for like a single caregiver. You can also add new caregivers in this dashboard. You can do that one by one, or you can talk to CareAcademy if you're hiring lots of caregivers, let's say every week or every month. We can help you onboard that automatically as well. And then there's this great feature on the purple help button below on your right-hand side of the screen. So as an admin, you might run into questions about the platform, or you might even have a question about some of the training that we offer. You can actually talk to CareAcademy through that purple button. We have existing help articles that already live there, so you can type like dementia care and see what pops up. But if you're not finding the right article for you, you can just talk to a live person at CareAcademy. We also have staff that speak Spanish, and this is manned 7 days a week. So it's a really nice way for you to ask anything you might want to ask directly to us. And then Dr. Andrew, if you don't mind sharing the caregiver view, that would be great. All right, so right now what Dr. Andrew is sharing is the caregiver training dashboard. This is what a caregiver will see when they're coming into CareAcademy. And then if you can click take classes, thank you.
Looks like it's just loading that next screen whenever he selects take classes.
Or Dr. Andrew, you might also be able to, if you scroll up, take classes at the very top in the orange button. Hmm. I think it's being a little bit buggy here. I can actually just share my screen. Hold on. Share. Okay, I hope everyone can see that. So this is what the caregiver view will look like if you're taking CareAcademy classes. So as a caregiver comes into CareAcademy, they'll have an intro video that they will watch, and this really just orients them into how to use CareAcademy. And then they'll actually see how many courses they're enrolled in. And so here, this caregiver is enrolled into 9 courses, and it shows them how many they've completed. In this case, they haven't completed any, so it shows that. And then we have modules. So typically, CareAcademy courses span an hour, each topic with various subtopics within it. And it actually will let the caregiver start training, and then they can pause it, come back to it at a later time, and the progress is saved. So they don't have to worry about, starting the training and then coming back to it later. Our videos, which I won't play here just because of time, really have this video. It's a very rich video content, almost like a Netflix type style filming with gamification and quizzes throughout the course. And it just makes for a very fun, engaging experience for the care staff to actually take the training. Now, we talked about that purple button on the right-hand side. So that feature is for admins, but it's also for caregivers as well. So if a caregiver is in the learning dashboard, as you see in here, they can type in a question that they have about the training, and that should help. That should have a help article associated with it. But let's say they're having a difficult time finding this, they can actually just come in and use the live chat button and talk to a live representative at CareAcademy. And we do offer our care staff the same Spanish speaking support as well. So they're able to utilize that 7 days a week as well. So this is the care staff view when they come into CareAcademy, and different care staff will have different courses, and this is just for the purposes of the demo. So I will stop sharing my screen and pass it back to you, Dr. Andrew.
Well, thank you, Perry, and we apologize for the brief lapse there, but appreciate you, Perry, pulling that up and ensuring that we had backup. And I think everyone has gotten a chance to see how existing Axxess training and certification users can activate their CareAcademy, the CareAcademy integration, which will then give them direct access to the CareAcademy dashboard and the ability to utilize everything that CareAcademy provides in creating new caregivers, monitoring their progress, being able to assign content, and as CareAcademy continues to develop new content, fully utilize that without having to remember a separate username and password, and their users doing the same as well. So thank you again, Perry, for showing that. We wanted to also give the audience a chance to ask questions, and I believe we're going to open it up for question and answer. But I'll turn it over to Brian.
Yep, thank you so much, Dr. Andrew and Perry. And yes, we wanted to open it up. So if you could use the Q&A function that you see on your screen there. And there's also a poll that we'd love you to take the time to fill out as well. We did receive a couple of questions beforehand. So as folks are coming up with some questions, we'll go ahead and start answering those that we got beforehand. So this is kind of just a general one, but how can I get started?
Yeah, so Dr. Andrew, do you want to take that one?
Sure. So the way to get started is let's start with if you do not have Axxess training and certification, and you're interested in signing up. As part of this webinar, we'll send a link where you can sign up for Axxess training and certification. And an anticipated question is, do you have to be an Axxess customer to use Axxess training and certification? The answer is no, you do not. Obviously, there's certain benefits, but you can follow that link, sign up, and that would get you onto the platform. Once you have access to the platform, or if you're an existing user, if you're an administrator or someone in a decision-making role, if you log in and you scroll down, you should see the CareAcademy course card. And once you click on that, just like we showed in less than a minute, once you've clicked and you click on enroll, it will automatically pull up all your organization's information, put in a phone number, a good contact phone number, and the state that you're in, and that will initiate a 14-day trial. And I'll turn it over to Perry to kind of share a little bit of what happens once that 14-day trial is initiated?
Yeah, so the 14-day free trial is really designed to show any interested agencies how the courses work. You can even start taking the courses and see for yourself. You can assign it to your care staff, and they can also get a feel for it. And we'll be talking to you throughout that 14-day free trial. So CareAcademy will reach out, will understand what's working for you, what's not working for you. And then if at any point within the trial you decide that you are ready to proceed with CareAcademy, you can just let us know, and then we'll move you to an actual paid account that's customized for your agency. But you'll be talking to CareAcademy throughout the free trial as well.
Thank you.
Perfect.
And yeah, and I think once you've signed up your organization, everyone in the organization gets access to that 14-day trial, and that will show up as a dash card. They'll be able to click on login, and that'll take them straight in.
All right, thank you guys. The next question that we have is, what is the typical organization size that benefits from this integration?
Yeah, so it really is organizations of all sizes. So it can range from 5 caregivers anywhere up to 1,000+ caregivers. Both Axxess as well as CareAcademy can support enterprises of those sizes, small, medium, large. And our integration also is able to support, from the smallest agencies to the largest as well.
Yeah, and I like that you said that, because I think we know that as organizations get larger, they also have multiple agencies scattered across different geographical areas. And so because this is all cloud-based, there's no need to drive somewhere and have it installed. It's available, and it's really only limited by the administrator and the leadership of the organization and setting up all the different locations.
All right, thank you guys. And then the next one is, this is more for you, Perry, but are there any costs associated with using CareAcademy?
Yes, so there is a cost for using the CareAcademy platform. You can find our pricing on careacademy.com/pricing. And you'll see several tiers. You would pick whichever is best for you and works best for your organization. If you have questions about like custom pricing or anything of that nature, or just any general questions, you can just contact us directly, and we'll be happy to walk you through that as well.
All right, and then this looks like it may be the last one unless anything pops up in the Q&A section, but how often is content updated?
Yeah, great question. So on the CareAcademy side, our content is updated. We review content, I would say probably monthly, quarterly basis to make sure that we have the most up to date and fresh content. However, if there's like a regulatory change that's happening in a state, we will try to push that update out to you within weeks of that happening, so that you're not falling out of compliance ever. We have an in-house content and compliance team, so we are aware of regulations and content changes as soon as they happen. And that's one of the benefits of being a CareAcademy customer.
And I would say ditto for the Axxess side. As we showed on the training and certification platform, on the certification side, we know software never sleeps. There are constant updates, so we do triannual updates with the solution side. And just like Perry mentioned, regulatory changes, as soon as it happens, we have content developers in-house who are constantly keeping an eye on that. We have folks that are very active on the legislative front, and so that's being constantly updated as well. And we ensure that we curate that material so the most important information gets out, whether it's through blogs or whether it's through a course. or whether it gets embedded into staff training to ensure that your staff are also aware and they're utilizing that information in practice. So we're looking to decrease the time from being published to actually being put into practice for all the content that we develop.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Perry and Dr. Andrew, for all the information. Thank you, everyone who was on today. You will be receiving a follow-up email with a recording of today's webinar. Please feel free to ask any questions. And again, we'd love to have all of you fill out the poll that is available down there at the bottom. Perry or Dr. Andrew, anything else from you?
Nothing else from my end, but very much thank you for attending and look forward to speaking with you guys later.
Yeah, I just echo what Perry said. Appreciate CareAcademy, their partnership with Axxess, and the opportunity for us to just share with all of you who've attended and who will be watching this later what this partnership brings, and look forward to helping make a difference to the care all of us receive. Thank you.
Great. Bye. Thank you, everyone.